watching the Livewell, presented by Mercury, exclusively on Bassmaster.com.
It's Livewell time. Thanks for joining us this week. VIP guest list. Very happy about that fact. A couple of guys who are certainly international superstars with their own shows in their own right. But for our purposes, they're a big part of the Bassmaster Elite Series, the MC for each and every Bassmaster Elite Series event. Dave Mercer is here, along with the analyst for each and every Bassmaster Elite Series event, plus the classic and all the rest, Mark Zona. We got 3 questions. It's a very simple show, simple premise. We got 3 questions I want to ask each one of you. Dave Mercer, we'll start with you. Here's the first question. I'll ask for both of you to chime in, but first, Dave Mercer, we like the term world's most interesting man. This is about the bass fishing world. In the bass fishing world, who's the world's most interesting man?
You know, I knew you were going to ask that, and I really had a hard time coming up with that because initially I thought of somebody and I was like, oh, that's got to be that person, but there's a lot of them. So I'm going to give you 4 if that's okay.
4,
if I can make my own rules real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Rick Clunn. I mean, Rick Clunn is an onion. Every time I talk to him, a new layer of greatness comes out, and truly one of the most interesting. Aaron Martens.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of words in that conversation, but definitely an incredible individual.
All right.
James Overstreet, because he just definitely looks the part.
He does look like the world's most interesting man from TV. Yeah.
And last, but definitely not least, I'm going with Tommy Sanders.
God, what a
I'm not even joking. I mean,
you should have gone with 3. You should have gone with 3.
Things from your past, and it's
3 was the magic.
One of the most interesting men alive.
Thank you, Dave, for that. Okay, Mark Zona, your turn.
Well, Tommy, I'm not laying an apple on the teacher's desk today and picking any of us.
Yeah.
Okay? I gotta say, I have to go with one that Dave definitely picked. I would say Aaron.
Yeah.
To me is the most, and one of the reasons why, and we all, and everybody that's on Bassmaster.com listening to this, we are all amazed at his fishing talents.
Mm-hmm.
They're second to none. How he fishes for predominantly different bass than the rest of the Elite Series looks for. But off the water, I've been able to spend time with him. And whenever I'm around him and he's around my children, it's like having another 13-year-old to hang out with.
That's fantastic.
And it does. I'll tell you something. He actually has taught me a lot about not losing our youth.
Beautiful. I like that. So that's your one pick. You're going with one pick. I love it.
That's all I have.
All right. That's good. Okay, good responses. Let's go to question number 2. This is a little bit more practical, and I don't think it's too soon to start pointing toward the Bassmaster Classic, the World Championship of Fishing, coming up in just a matter of a month or 2 or 3. Let's ask both you guys. We'll start with you, Mark Zona. Who is the dark horse pick at this moment to win the Bassmaster Classic?
Well, we'll throw you a couple on this one here. But I'll tell you, if you really go over time on Lake Gunnersville, anybody that's good with a lipless crankbait that lives in the region of Texas, that fishes a lake like Rayburn a lot. You can look at guys like Edwin Evers is going to be a powerhouse. Any of those really East Texas fishermen. But the one dark horse I have just has a darn good track record on Gunnersville is Tommy Biffle.
Wow.
And Tommy Biffle, that time of year, you can ask cameraman Wes Miller from the Bassmasters. Tommy Biffle does something way different on that lake that is very overlooked, and I'm curious to see if it happens this time around because the last cold weather tournament, he executed and almost won there. Tommy Biffle, my pick. And if not, I'm just going Randall Thurman.
Okay, there you go. All right, that's the default mode. Dave Mercer, your dark horse pick for Classic winner.
I'm going to give you one on this one. I'm going to stick with the rules. I'm going to give you one. And
now you're going to stick with the rules.
Zona didn't pick this one. I really thought when you said he was going first, I was like, oh, he's going to steal my pick for sure.
It's okay.
Because most of my knowledge on this angler is coming from Zona. And I got to pick him just because of how he qualified and where he lives. And I'm going to go with our first ever Carhartt College bass angler to win the Bassmaster Classic, and that is Jordan Lee.
Oh, yeah.
That would be huge. I mean, what a story that would be, huh? Would that make more people mad, or would it make more people excited?
I think, I mean, I think that what he's done in the last 2 years to be a finalist and then get beat out by his brother a year before, and then to come back and go through all of those anglers and make it twice, I have a hard time even picking him as a dark horse because he's definitely showing he's got the skills, but just with all the pressure that would be on him, it would be incredible because, I mean, winning the Carhartt College Bass deal is it's exciting and big, but as we all know, the Bassmaster Classic is a whole different deal. But if you look at this year's Classic, there really is, I think more than probably previous years, there is more, when you look through there, you're like, yeah, he could do it. Oh, well, look out about him. There's so many names on that list that this is going to be an interesting one.
Well, two great picks, guys, kind of unexpected as well. One more question to go here. And this is, you may be viewing this at your computer after Halloween, but we're kind of taping it more or less on the eve of Halloween. With that in mind, we ask, and we'll start with you, Dave Mercer, who is the scariest man in fishing? The scariest man in fishing.
Oh, that's I'm going Tommy Biffle. I mean, the man scares the crap out of me. I mean, he's 75% gristle, and at any moment he could punch you right in the throat.
Yeah, or hug you, right? Or maybe
or
not.
He did. He's the only angler ever threatened to punch me, and almost did it on the stage this year. And unfortunately, he won that tournament, so that might be his good luck charm. So, yeah, he's the scariest one, but an amazing person, and as Mark Zona said, one of the picks for the Classic.
Absolutely. Okay, your vote for scariest, Mark Zona.
Well, Tommy Biffle already getting 2 picks, and I'm going to be, and I've said it, Tommy, on the broadcast doing the Bassmaster show. Tommy Biffle scares the hell out of me. He always has.
Yeah, you've said that.
Right down to the core, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pull one out of my wizard sleeve this morning.
Really?
Yeah, I am. Now get ready. Now this angler has recently joined that list for me, just for the simple fact I cannot get him to smile. Hank Cherry is now the scariest man in
He can be a little forbidding and foreboding, can't he?
He's a little bit intimidating. He looks like at any given time he's going to give me a butterfly snap kick to the throat. Hank Cherry is the top of my Bassmaster most scary human being.
You guys are the best at what you do because you always bring it. Today is no exception. Mark Zona, Dave Mercer, thanks so much for being with us. We try to reconvene this group sometime around Thanksgiving if you guys are amenable to that. And until then, thanks again.
It's Livewell time!